is the newsroom.
This is the newsroom for Monday, September 15, 2025. We're broadcasting to you on E1, SKAR TV, NTN, and TARZEE TV in Bartica. In the headlines, with President Ali's cabinet sworn in, ministers hit the ground running on first days in office.
The foundation of this new government is about results, people, efficiency, transparency, and relentless hard work.
Domestic disputes and accidents turned deadly, leaving several Berbice families mourning. The mastermind in an acid attack, a cheater and estranged lover, confesses. 3 senior members quit PNCR amid growing discontent over parliamentary picks. And in sport, Amazon Warriors finished second to set up a rematch with Kings in Qualifier 1. With the news, I'm Kurt Campbell. Thank you for joining us. First up, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, fresh off his September 1st re-election victory, unveiled his ministerial team on Saturday evening at State House. The lineup blends seasoned political hands with fresh talent while introducing new ministries to match the country's growing priorities.
I, Zulfikar Ali, do hereby solemnly declare that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people of Guyana,
that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister of Amerindian Affairs without fear or favor, affection or ill will,
and that in the execution of the functions of that office I will honor, uphold and preserve the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana.
President Irfan Ali said the next 5 years will be the most decisive in Guyana's history, and he has crafted a cabinet that he insists is built for speed, efficiency and results. 7 newcomers have joined the executive, signaling generational renewal and a widening of technical expertise. Among them, Keoma Griffith as Minister of Labour and Manpower, Sarah Brown as Minister of Amerindian Affairs, Vanessa Ben as Minister within Housing, and former national cricketer Stephen Jacobs, now Minister within Culture, Youth and Sport. The government has also carved out 3 new portfolios: Public Utilities and Aviation, led by Deodat Indar; Public Service, Government Efficiency and Implementation, led by newcomer Zulfikar Ali; and Labour and Manpower Planning, led by Griffith. These additions, the President said, reflect the administration's focus on improving services, strengthening delivery, and planning for a rapidly expanding workforce.
And I know also that our country has expectation, and one such expectation was to see massive changes and shift. Let me say that the next 5 years are the most decisive years in our history. And it must be years that are results-driven, people-centered, and efficient delivery of service. The new cabinet today is put on notice. Are the measuring sticks. There will be continuous assessment, and there will be changes where such changes are necessary, because the foundation of this new government is about results, people, efficiency, transparency, and relentless hard work.
Some familiar faces are taking on new responsibilities. Priya Manik Chand, who once held the education portfolio, is now Minister of Local Government and Regional Development. Sonia Parag shifts into education. Onej Waldron moves to Home Affairs, while Susan Rodriguez takes over Tourism, Industry and Commerce. Continuity, however, remains at the heart of the new team. Anil Nandlal returns as Attorney General. Ashni Singh stays on as Senior Finance Minister. U Todd continues at Foreign Affairs. Dr. Frank Anthony remains at Health. And Zulfikar Mustafa retains Agriculture, among several others. Vice President Dr. Bartica and Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips were sworn in earlier in last week to continue in their posts. In his address, President Ali reminded the nation that transformation cannot rest on cabinet shoulders alone. He said the PBPC's full slate of candidates, youthful, professional and technically skilled, would be integrated at every level of government to deliver on the party's ambitious agenda.
They all will be playing key and critical role at different levels, all equal in effort, all equal in service, all equal in responsibility as we take this country forward. The future that we are projecting does not rest on a cabinet or the members of parliament or the parliamentary secretaries or the advisors. Very, very competent advisors and technical people will be installed in the coming weeks.
The President pledged that governance will be driven by science, technology and innovation and warned that those who fall short of the standard of delivery will be replaced. With his cabinet now in place, President Ali says the work ahead must be relentless, aimed at ensuring Guyanese live lives of dignity, safety and prosperity. We tell you now that construction on the Wales Gas to Shore project has reached 68% completion, marking a key milestone for the large-scale energy initiative. 120 days has been allocated to complete all foundational works by this year end, as the team, which has seen management and operational shifts, faces a critical period to bring the project back on track. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips and Minister of Public Utilities and Aviation Deodat Indar on Monday visited the site.
So today, just after our first meeting at Cabinet with His Excellency the President and Prime Minister Retired Brigadier Mark Phillips, just after that is finished, we ventured out here. The team is led by Prime Minister, who will speak shortly after me, to see where this project is, the status of every component of the project, and to gather where we are in terms of completing the various components, which is the power plant, the NGL plant, the water tanks, the fuel tanks, the substation, and every other subcomponent of the project. The foundation for the 4 turbines, the gas turbines, have been built. This first one concrete is already poured. The second concrete will pour sometime in another week from now, and then another 11 days, and another 11 days, the other 2. So you have four gas turbines, then you have 2 steam turbines as well that part of it will be the combined cycle. So there's a simple cycle, which is the gas element of the 4 turbines. Each one of them, I understand, is 57 megawatts. So together, all 4 of those will be 228 megawatts. The contractors give us a presentation of the schedule and how they're doing it, and the approach in terms of how they're going to do it. They said to us by year-end the foundations for all the components should be finished. We wanted to come for a sign and meet with the contractor to make sure that this plant, because we campaigned on this plant, we campaigned, our government is putting our manifesto that the electricity price has to be cut in half. This is how important this plant is to us. We want the plant to finish in 2026, right? So that the benefits of reduced costs can be felt by every Guyanese.
This is perhaps the most important project to the people of Guyana. And as a government, we focus on delivering this project to the people of Guyana. Definitely, during the latter part of 2026, the people of Guyana will be benefiting from electricity at a reduced cost from this project. We are happy that work is progressing nicely. At this site, we've already have the first component completed, in the sense that we will be able to do the pipeline to bring the gas to shore on site. The complex part is the other phase, the 3rd phase, which is happening right now. They're pouring the concrete so they could mount all the turbines and have the natural gas plant up and running. The contractor is going to ramp up, and the work here, because they're bringing more workers, they're building accommodation to accommodate more workers, they're bringing more workers inside. We are on target, as promised in our manifesto, to bring reliable electricity, adequate electricity to the people of Guyana. And as I said before, we want to deliver that in 2026.
On her first day as Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Priya Manikchand wasted no time in signalling her priorities, pressing contractors to deliver on long-delayed projects, starting with the flagship Bamia Primary School in Region 10. The Bamia Primary School has been under construction since November 2021, when the contract was awarded to Statement Investment Inc. Initially set for earlier delivery, the project has faced multiple setbacks, including labor shortages, higher material costs, and unfavorable weather conditions, forcing several extensions.
This is a school that's going to take over this entire catchment. Right now, what's happening is the children are on shift or sitting 3 and 4 on a bench, even when they're on shift. But we can't continue that. So we've just had a meeting with the contractor and their subcontractors and gone through all the things that need to be done. And we're going to be putting someone here fully to make sure that these finishing works will be finished, because for the longest while I've been reading that they are close to finishing. But I've also seen other schools where there isn't a push, and other buildings that last leg of finishing take forever. We can't afford that here. These children have to come into this school, and we're looking at a date of in October to begin this. So we're going to make sure we put a project manager on the premises and run down the things that have to finish. And the contractors have been told that it's either they finish this or come off the project. So we're very clear about what we want for the children who are going to attend here. That's serious business for us.
A domestic dispute in Crabwood Creek, County Berbice, ended in tragedy on Sunday morning when 36-year-old Alicia Tito Narain was brutally chopped to death by her partner of 15 years, Ram Singh, who later ingested poison and died while hospitalized. Narain, a domestic worker and vendor, was attacked in the Visual Singh sawmill compound where the couple lived. Police said Singh approached her during a WhatsApp video call with a cousin overseas, snatched her phone and declared, Today, I will murder her," before ending the call. Moments later, Narain's body was found behind a heap of stones with multiple chop wounds, including a nearly severed right foot. Her 18-year-old daughter, Felicia, said she arrived to find her mother lying motionless in a pool of blood.
When I went there to see her mother, in a condition I don't want to see she whole skin full of real blood. Actually, I'm glad that he passed away, because he hurt she and he hurt me. I don't want to see me mother there like that. And I'm glad that happened to you. When pay for what he do. My mother is the only body we ever get and love, and it really hurt me that she passed away. And I didn't get anybody, because my father, me even know my father there, and she's the only body to be here for me. The neighbor called me and told me how Ram Singh and my mother brought to the chair backyard. And I asked if she get anybody to send me and see or help with Ram thing. She said nobody don't want to go. And that she should go and see. And then she go and she called me back. She told me how the man chopped she. Then the same time I go, then when I reach there, the man gone, and I just see she there, so the real blood. She get chopped at her foot, and she knee, she hand. And if you joke about the whole skin and get blood.
I always get a problem. He always just beat she and insult she and things like that.
She ever went to the police?
Yes, he come out and lock up already, like about 2 weeks. Yeah.
Lock up or jail? Lock up is here.
That's in prison.
Your daughter used to work at the sawmill.
Yeah, I'll put him to school.
How long now she work?
1 year.
And how long will you get locked up for?
3 months.
What happened in the beach here, sir?
She in the market. The police hold them back. And they get them here and then they come.
How are you coping with this incident?
Huh?
How are you coping with this incident?
Can't take it. It very hurt me. Here, and I can't be able to see that. I barely see she face when she. I'm gonna live without me. It's very hard.
And now tragedy struck East Berbice in the early hours of Sunday when a high-speed collision between a motorcycle and a car claimed the lives of 2 young men, highlighting ongoing concerns over road safety in the region. The crash occurred around 1:40 hours on the number 11 public road and left 29-year-old Chris Ramphal and his 18-year-old pillion rider Malcolm Pertam dead despite efforts by passers-by to rush them to the hospital. Police investigations suggest the motorcycle was traveling without a headlight and that neither rider was wearing a helmet, factors that may have contributed to the fatal outcome. The driver of the car, 48-year-old Madri Ramsamy, is in custody as inquiries continue.
Go and find out. And I said, no, I'm going to look for my son. And me and my husband and my son, what are you doing? Going? Yeah, I'm joking. I hear a hollering. And then I call and they said that Molly reaching accident. So I say, are you sure? And then say, yeah. So I said, call your brother, let me find out. So when I call, then brother now. He said, yes, Auntie Jenny, it's true. So Molly and Chris dead. Reaching the accident are dead. Same time we see the car, we have the camera of Kerry. When he carry now, we see Chris lay down, we see the car, we see the motorbike break up, and we run for see my son.
What injuries he sustained?
Then my son get the mouth burst, because so far away I see mouth burst, the mole get a joke, the hand get bruises, and 2 foot break up. Because he was on the belly, and they say me can't turn his.
Car we crashed the motorbike with a car. But one lady, a 19 day, no 11 day, pick up the phone and she called, and the mother answered the phone. She phone. And then my other son name and he had a son name go and see about he and then carry to Guyana-Surinam police. Hospital with ambulance and things. So me and my other son, we not too long come from Central Police Station and we talk to the police. The driver is in custody and he's not here alone, he's here and another friend going the motorbike by name Mali. He only turned 18 years Friday gone. Both of them died. And the accident car there at Central Police Station and the mag-led motorcycle, the damaged motorcycle.
Police have arrested the mastermind behind the acid-throwing incident that injured 2 women earlier this month at Middle and East Streets, Georgetown, and he has since confessed to his involvement in the crime. A second suspect, who is deemed the prime suspect in the attack, is being sought.
2 Wednesdays ago, on September 3, 2025, an acid attack occurred in the heart of the city. 2 women, 23-year-old Jalicia Leach and 20-year-old Nirmala Sukraj, were dosed with acid in a blazing daylight attack. They both suffered serious injuries. The incident occurred outside a city private hospital at the corner of Middle and East Streets, Georgetown. This left the women scampering for help. They were eventually taken to a nearby hospital and was admitted to the burn care unit. The incident prompted a police investigation. Police have since confirmed that 32-year-old driver Kieran Daniels of Iflut West Coast Demerara was arrested. He was questioned and has confessed to being the mastermind. He also detailed his involvement in the crime. Crime Chief Wendell Blanham confirmed that Daniels admitted to plotting the attack. He is in custody and is cooperating with investigators. So what really happened? Investigations revealed that one of the victims, Leach, was the real target of the attack. She reportedly shared an intimate relationship with Daniels. The relationship ended, but tensions lingered as Leach allegedly continued to pursue him. During questioning, Daniels told detectives he only wanted Leach to be roughed up, but the prime suspect, who is still on the run, insisted that acid would be more effective. So on the day of the attack, Daniels dropped off his wife at the Balwant Singh Hospital, then picked up the prime suspect and another masked man. He provided a getaway vehicle and even arranged a fake license plate to conceal it. Investigators believe that the prime suspect was the one who threw the acid on Leach, also injuring Sukraj, who was with her at the time. Police are now actively pursuing the prime suspect, who remains on the run. For the newsroom, Sharda Bacchus.
Still to come, 3 senior members quit PNCR amid growing discontent over parliamentary picks. Stay with us. Welcome back, you're watching the newsroom. Guyana has lost one of its most distinguished diplomats with the passing of Ambassador Elizabeth Harper, a career diplomat who served in several senior positions, including as Guyana's ambassador to CARICOM and permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In a statement on Saturday, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali said he received the news of Harper's passing with extreme sadness, describing her as one of Guyana's most outstanding citizens whose distinguished career was marked by excellence, dedication, and an unyielding commitment to advancing the nation's interests. Ambassador Harper, who prior to her passing was serving as permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, also held the position of Director General of the ministry during her decades-long career. President Ali said she was a knowledgeable diplomat who enriched every sphere of the ministry's work and represented Guyana with dignity as its ambassador to CARICOM.
Her distinguished career in the Foreign Service was marked by excellence, dedication, and an unyielding commitment to the advancement of our nation's interests. Just prior to her death, Ambassador Harper served as a permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. She was also a past Director General of the ministry. She was an extremely knowledgeable diplomat whose insights and experience enriched every sphere in which she worked. As Guyana's ambassador to CARICOM, she represented our country with dignity and distinction, earning the respect of colleagues across the region and beyond. Ambassador Harper will be remembered not only for her professional brilliance, but also for her engaging personality and the warmth with which she approached all those around her. She was gifted with exceptional organizational skills and brought clarity and order to every task she undertook. Guyana has truly lost an outstanding citizen, and our Foreign Service has lost one of its finest ever. Tonight, we have two former presidents, Vice President and former President Jack Dale, who she served relentlessly, side by side, on every international mission. She served Qatar, and indeed was also his running mate in one of our national and regional elections.
Former A Partnership for National Unity parliamentarian Mervyn Williams has resigned from the People's National Congress Reform and its Central Executive Committee, bringing an end to decades of active political involvement in the party.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you that I've had a good run, and I, with a heavy heart, announced my resignation from the Central Executive Committee of the People's National Congress Reform. In that regard, I extend sincere gratitude to the delegates at the last biennial Congress who voted overwhelmingly for me. In fact, through your support and through the love that you have demonstrated for me over the years, I managed to secure the second highest number of votes of the 15 people who were elected to serve on that committee. I thank my colleagues at the level of the executive and the leader himself for the opportunity to serve, particularly here on Nation Watch, where I believe I was able to make a small contribution to my party and to the efforts that we have collectively been making over the years. And it is even with a heavier heart that I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, and my guest, Dr. Campbell, will forgive me for not saying this before, but I now announce regrettably my resignation from the People's National Congress Reform. It was a difficult decision, but the circumstances dictate that I take this decision. It was one that I contemplated even before September 1. It was one that I contemplated in the run-up to September 1, in fact, but my duty, commitment, and loyalty to my party did not allow me to do that. And I held my hand, and there were unfortunate occurrences after September 1 that, in fact, one of those two occurrences predates September 1, but came to my attention after. I, having regard to those sets of circumstances and recognizing the need for the party to go through its rebuilding process, I've had a good run, and I thank every member of this party, every supporter of this party. I experienced only love from you, warm affection, tremendous support, and I thank you all for the years that you stood by me.
And just after Williams, chairman of the People's National Congress Reform, Sharon Holder, has resigned from his post, becoming the latest senior figure to part ways with the party's leadership. His departure comes just one day after former executive member Mervyn Williams announced his resignation, citing unfortunate occurrences within the party. Holder, who has been at the center of the APNU-AFC campaign on the Essequibo Coast and across Region 2, was not among the 12 candidates selected to represent the coalition in the 13th Parliament. Efforts to contact Holder for comment proved unsuccessful, but his resignation was confirmed by a senior party source. The back-to-back resignations have stirred unease within sections of the PNCR, with concerns mounting that long-serving and high-profile members are leaving due to dissatisfaction with the distribution of senior and parliamentary positions following the party's electoral defeat. The PNCR has not yet issued an official statement on Holder's resignation. Holder was known as a staunch supporter of PNCR leader Aubrey Norton and had even come to his defense publicly when he criticized bi-party stalwart, the late Amna Ali. Bilateral relations between Guyana and Suriname have been given fresh momentum following high-level talks on Saturday between President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali and newly elected Surinamese President Jennifer Simmons in Naikeri. The two leaders reviewed ongoing cooperation and agreed on concrete steps to deepen ties in energy, agriculture, fisheries, trade, and other border matters, while also pushing ahead with transformative Currentine River Bridge. In a joint statement, President Ali and Simmons reaffirmed the historic bonds of friendship between their countries, anchored in geography, culture, and shared aspirations. Both underscored a commitment to peace, security, and prosperity, not only for their people, but for the wider CARICOM and South American region. Acknowledging the critical role of energy security, the leaders pledged closer collaboration in oil and gas, renewable energy, and electricity interconnection projects. They signaled interest in joint ventures, knowledge sharing, and investments to bolster national and regional energy resilience. On trade and investment, both sides committed to improving the ease of doing business and to exploring joint ventures that will unlock greater economic opportunities. The long-anticipated Currentine River Bridge received renewed backing, with both leaders recognizing its transformative potential for trade, tourism, connectivity, and people-to-people exchanges. They agreed to intensify work on outstanding legal and technical financial issues to advance construction, positioning the bridge as a vital link within the Amazon region. Turning to the long-standing border issues, the two presidents agreed to convene the 7th meeting of the Suriname-Guyana Joint Border Commission before the end of 2025, stressing that all matters must be resolved peacefully and in line with the international law. On the Kanawaima Ferry Service, Ali and Simmons emphasized its importance to border communities and bilateral trade, committing to a review aimed at improving reliability and efficiency. Both also signaled support for advancing a wider regional ferry project to strengthen integration. With food security high on the regional agenda, the leaders announced the establishment of a joint fisheries commission involving ministers, technical teams, and stakeholders before year-end. Agriculture cooperation will be advanced under the Strategic Dialogue and Cooperation Platform, ensuring coordination in food production and trade. When the newsroom returns, the financial, weather, and bridge reports, along with sport news. Stay with us. Welcome back to the newsroom. Tonight we start with some cricket news. The Guyana Amazon Warriors finished the Carbon Premier League 2025 league stage in second place after a commanding 64-run victory over the Barbados Royals on Sunday evening at the National Stadium, Providence. Shimron Hettermeyer, returning to form after 2 consecutive ducks, top scored with a brilliant 68 off 39 balls. He was supported by Quinton Sampson, who continued his excellent run with a half-century 50 off 36. Their efforts propelled the Amazon Warriors to a formidable total of 189. In reply, the Royals' chase never gained momentum. The Amazon Warriors bowlers applied early pressure, with Gudakesh Moti leading the charge. The left-arm spinner ripped through the Royals' batting lineup, claiming his first ever 5-wicket haul in T20s to seal the convincing victory. This result means the Amazon Warriors will now face the league leaders, St. Lucia Kings, in Qualifier 1 on September 18. The winner will advance directly to the CPL final, while the loser will get a second chance in Qualifier 2. The other 2 teams, Antigua and Barbuda Falcons and Trinbago Knight Riders, will bat it out in the eliminator a day earlier.
Cathy, how much pressure was it going out there today, knowing you hadn't any score the last 2 games?
Actually, it was more pressure facing the first ball than it was walking out, to be fair. But I guess I just kept believing in myself, and I get prayers do work. So from then after I got in and the first one actually came off the bar, I was like, okay, today should be a good day.
How would you describe your season personally?
Not my best, not my worst, I would say. But I think from here, I'm just hoping I can only get better. We still have a few more games to go, so I'm not trying not to put too much emphasis on this one and leaving out the most important ones, which is to come. So I'm just taking it one day at a time and one game at a time.
You had a little partnership with Quinton. Talk to us a bit about his batting this season as well.
It's unbelievable, actually. I can't express how good he has been. And yesterday, I was probably one of the people that was against him opening, but then he proved me wrong. So I'm really happy for him, and just for him, I would say it's just the sky's the limit.
And from a team perspective, you guys are peaking at the right time, you think?
I think so. I think we as a team, we had kind of an up and down season, I would say, personally and for us as a team. And it's just for us now to just go from strength to strength. I think we've been playing some really good cricket. It's just that we haven't really finished a lot of games with the bat. I think that is where we kind of let ourselves down just a little bit. But from here, I think from a performance like this, I think we can only take the positives and work on the negatives.
2 back-to-back losses at home and then 2 wins on the trot. What was some of the work that went into you guys making this rebound basically at home?
I think it was mainly us just believing in ourselves, really. I think, like I said earlier, it's just for the games that we actually lost is kind of like we shot ourselves in the leg, really, because it was games that we should have crossed the line, but we just kind of stumbled. But but I guess we'll take them as they come. A win is a win at the end of the day.
Barbados Royals secure a thrilling 3-run victory over the Guyana Amazon Warriors in a dress rehearsal for the Women's Carbon Premier League final at Providence Stadium. The match came down to the wire, with the Warriors needing 11 runs off the final over. However, a never less performance from bowler Aliyah Alain saw her dismiss the dangerous Amy Hunter for 63 with a well-aimed delivery that trapped her leg before wicket. Despite a late boundary from Ashmini Munissar, the Warriors fell just short, with Nia Lachman being run out on the final ball trying to score the winning runs. Earlier, a patient 37 from Chamari and a vital 46 from captain Chanel Henry helped the Royals post a competitive total of 132 for 6. In a tight contest, Chamari then turned her attention to the ball, claiming 3 crucial wickets for just 25 runs. While the Royals clinched the win, the evenly matched teams showed they're set for an exciting clash in the final on Wednesday.
Just talk us through your knock and what was your approach on this wicket today?
Yeah, I think I struggled a little bit at the start. I think it was pretty tricky to get in on, but then my plan was kind of just to bat through and yeah, hope one of the other girls kind of came off in the middle and then yeah, kind of anchored the innings, and then I looked to go a little bit towards the back end.
Yeah. How much of a difficulty it was towards the back end, because you guys lost a lot of wickets in the final moments of the game?
Yeah, I think as always, in cricket, kind of losing wickets in clusters is a bit of a killer for any team. But I think the girls, they all had the right intent out there, and unfortunately just didn't come off today.
Yeah, you have gotten a few starts in the tournament here on this wicket here. What has worked for you?
Yeah, I think definitely I keep getting in and then kind of hoping to kick on. Thankfully I did today. What's worked for me, I think, kind of just sticking to my plans, looking to play as straight as I can. I tend to kind of look to sweep. Yeah, I think just kind of packing that in a little bit and looking straighter, definitely on this wicket, is a little bit easier.
In a couple of days you come back here for the final. You guys have been able to tick all the boxes that you want ahead of that final?
Yeah, definitely. I think, although we haven't beaten Barbados yet, I think we've had two pretty close encounters, so I think that sets us up nicely. Obviously 2 wins against TKR sets us up nicely for the finals coming up.
Romario Shepherd has praised his Guyana Amazon Warriors teammate Quinton Sampson for his tremendous power and adaptability thus far this season in the Caribbean Premier League. Sampson has impressed since making his debut against Trinbago Knight Riders. In his last 2 matches since moving from lower order to opening, he has made 2 consecutive half centuries.
The way he came up, to see him bat like someone who actually been playing cricket for a while now at this level, and this is only his first season. The sky's the limit for him, and just hopefully he can continue to adjust and learn fast, because we all know how important it is. When guys like Puran mentioned, the whole head, like them actually getting to see a guy for the first time, they can pinpoint your weaknesses and stuff like that. So we all know how important it is for him to continue, improving in his weakness and continue his strength, because he's talented and all, but he's batting in a position that he has never batted before. To see him actually go there and get back-to-back 50 in that position, it's fantastic. And it helped that, all the softball stuff that he play, it helped because you can see how low he get whenever he's batting, and he can hit the ball whenever he keep it low. So definitely it worked out well for him, playing some softball and tape ball, and he's showcasing his talent very well here in Guyana and stuff like that, and I'm very happy for him.
Trinbago Knight Riders and Antigua and Barbuda Falcons will play the eliminator on Tuesday evening, and both sides are keen to produce their best in the knockout fixture. Speaking on the eve of the contest, both captains expressed a desire to play their best cricket, beat the best, and inch closer to the 2025 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League final.
We've been in this position before where we have to take the hard road, and that's our number one focus. So whatever happened last year, the lights cutting off, still no answers on that. But our focus is start game on Tuesday night, to be honest, and then we take it forward. Certain things we could control, as we can't. What we can control is our emotions. That's what we need going into these 3 games. Falcon has definitely been a team that has challenged us in the past. And we're looking forward to obviously that game. As I said, playoff games are completely different. Ima just mentioned that we can hear the conditions, obviously. They like this condition. It's more in favor of them as well. So again, for me, it's on a day. It's based on a day. We're not going to allow the toss to have impact on the game, both teams. But we're looking forward to the game. I mean, as I said, for its playoff games, it's different. That's what personnel and individuals need to step up and make it count.
It's simple. Just play one game at a time. Do not think about winning the final. Yes, you are here to win this trophy, but one game at a time. Do your things right. Like I said before, our pieces of puzzle are getting together, which I really like going into the playoff. Playing against any of the team, because they are so experienced. They've done that before. It's going to be a massive task, but like Nikki said, if you want to win the tournament, you have to beat every team, and these are the best teams in the competition. So we're really looking forward for the challenge, and if we can do it, that'll be fantastic. But it's not going to be easy. These guys sitting here, beating them, it's going to be a great task, and but we are just thinking about Tuesday night, how we're going to approach the game. And the great thing is the dew is not an issue anymore, so we can just go out there and play good cricket.
As usual, we roved the stands at the buzzing National Stadium Providence over the weekend and interacted with numerous fans for our Torganell fan chat. Here's a recap of some of those interviews.
Enjoying the match tonight?
Yes! Go Warriors! Give that chatak matak!
How much games you come to for this year's CPL?
2.
2 games?
Yeah.
And what's been the emotions for you?
I think Guyana has a fair chance. I think so.
A fair chance of what?
To win.
To win the entire tournament?
Yes.
Why are you so confident?
They have a good team. They have a good lineup. It's just about choosing the players that's going out on the field of playing 11. And I think they capitalized on that
tonight. I am told that this is a sign.
Yes, this is a sign.
Of what?
This is a sign. This is a sign, right?
This is a sign.
To drink.
Oh. Anything else?
This is a sign that Warriors winning with 100 runs to spare.
And they're drinking water tonight?
No, they're drinking, water.
All right, good. Respect.
And with that, we've come to the end of this newscast. On behalf of the news and technical teams, I'm Kurt Campbell saying thank you.